Namaste, my name is Rohil and today I'm going to be taking you through a very relaxing flow. We're going to be focusing again on a whole body release, but mainly predominantly focusing on the side body. So you won't need any props for today's class. So I would like you to just come into a straight-legged position, sitting with your legs crossed, keeping your back straight and closing down your eyes. Taking a long deep inhale and exhaling completely. Inhale deeply and exhale completely. Inhaling deeply expanding the belly as you inhale, exhaling all the air out, allowing the belly to contract. Last breath, inhaling into the belly, filling up your chest with air, filling up your throat. Exhaling, releasing air from your throat, from your chest, and from your belly. Slowly opening your eyes, we'll begin with a seated twist. So placing your right hand on the left knee, your left hand behind you, every inhale lengthening your spine, every exhale twisting. Long deep breaths. For the last 3, 2, and 1. Slowly coming back to center, placing the left hand on the right knee, the right hand behind you. Inhale to lengthen the spine, exhale to twist. Long deep breaths. For the last 3, 2, and 1. Slowly making your way back to center. If you're sitting on a block or a cushion, I would advise you to take it off here and coming into a normal cross-leg position. So from here, we're going to bring our left hand to our side, placing the left hand down onto the mat and raising your right hand up. You can gaze up to your right thumb or looking straight forward. Here, if it's possible for you, you can bring your left elbow to the mat. As you do that, make sure that your right butt doesn't lift off the mat. So pressing down with your right butt. Keeping the top right hand straight. Opening the chest. Breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, coming to center, placing your right hand by the side, bringing the left hand up. You can just stay here, or if it's comfortable, you can bring your right elbow down. As you bring the right elbow down, make sure that your left butt is not lifting up. Bringing the left hand straight up. You can either gaze to the left thumb or gaze straight forward. Opening up the chest. Breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, coming to center. Exhale, releasing. So from here, you're going to bring your feet straight out in front of you. we're going to just warm up the core and warm up the lower body slightly. So from here, you're going to just interlock your fingers, and you're just going to go forward slightly. If this is all you can reach, that's completely fine. So you're going forward and then bringing the hands up and then coming back, but you're not lying down. So here your back is not touching, you're just hovering above the mat. So inhaling as you open the chest and exhaling as you go forward. So we'll do this 5 times together. Try to, when you go back, try not to lift your legs up into the air. Keeping the legs down, it's okay if the legs slide a bit. Inhale as you open the chest. Exhale as you collapse the chest. Last 2 times. And now we're going to go in the opposite direction. So if you are going from the bottom to the top, now we go from the top to bottom. Again, inhale as you open the chest, exhale as you collapse the chest. 5 more times. Last 2. And coming back to center. From here, you're going to bring your legs as far wide as possible. And we're going to do the same, interlocking the fingers, moving from one side to the next. And just going back and forth, breathing long, deep breaths as you do so. Keeping both thighs engaged, strong. Five more times each side. And from here, you're going to fold over to the left side, grabbing the left foot, holding the outside of the left foot if you can, or you can just grab the left shin, the left thigh, wherever you can reach. And from here, you're going to bring your right hand first up, pointing up to the ceiling, opening the chest, and then if possible, you're going to try and bring the right hand over. Keep pressing your right butt down onto the mat. It doesn't matter how low down you go, you should be feeling the stretch on the internal obliques here. Breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, coming up to center, and then folding over to the right side. You can grab the right foot or the right shin or the right thigh, wherever is comfortable for you. First, bringing the left hand up to point towards the ceiling, opening the chest here. Again, if you're feeling very uncomfortable sitting in this position, you can use a block or a cushion or a pillow to sit on. It'll make it slightly easier. And then you can begin to straighten your hand. Keep opening the chest, doesn't matter how low you go. You don't want to collapse this way and then fold forward. You want to keep the chest open and the hands straight. Breathing for 5. Keep pushing that left butt down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, coming to center. From here, you're going to bring both legs back, placing the shoulders over the wrist, the hip over the knees, and from here, we're going to exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Trying to bring the chest closer to the thighs, pressing your heels down. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. On the next inhale, you're going to bring your left leg forward in between the hands. You're going to place the right leg down and come up all the way to standing. So you're in a triangle position. Your right leg is pointing to the side and left leg pointing straight in front. From here, you're going to open the hips. So your hips are pointing towards the long side of your mat. Bringing the arms out. And exhale, folding down onto your left leg. Here again, you can just grab the left shin or the left thigh wherever you can. Try not to collapse your hip. So keep the hip open, chest open. So the chest open and then gazing up to your right thumb. Just staying here for 5 breaths. For 5. 4, keeping both thighs engaged. 3, if it hurts your neck, you can also look straight forward. 2, and 1. From here, if it's possible, you can either just stay in this position or you can lift your left hand up into the air. This puts a lot more strain on the internal obliques and stretches them more. So staying here for 3 breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Bending your left leg. So here you're bending your left leg, placing your left forearm on the left thigh. And if it's possible, you can just stay here, bringing the right hand up, stretching the right side of your body. Or you can bring your left palm all the way down outside the left foot. If you have a block handy, you can use a block here. Otherwise, I would just suggest you to stay with the forearm on the thigh. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, coming to center. You're going to bring the left foot to point inwards as well. So both feet toes are pointing inwards slightly. Legs are straight. Hands on the hips. Inhale, opening your chest. Exhale, folding forward. Placing the hands in between the legs if you can. Inhale, head up, chest up. And exhale, folding forward all the way. You can have a slight micro bend in the knees if you need to. If you have pain in your ankle or your knees, know that you're taking too much distance between the legs. So you can come closer with the legs. Long deep breaths for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, head up, chest up. Exhale, bringing the hands to the hips. Inhale, coming all the way up. From here, you're going to bring the toes to point outwards. So pointing the toes outwards. And we're just going to try and sit in. So you're going to keep your glutes engaged as you sit down. Don't let the knees collapse inwards, keeping the knees out. And from here, you can have your hands on either thigh. And we're just going to move to the right and to the left. Slowly making this movement between right and left. If you want to intensify the movement, you can bring your legs further apart from each other. Go slowly, no need to go deep right at the beginning. Three more times each side. Last one. Good. And now we're going to bring the feet closer in, bringing the toes back to point inwards, clasping the hands, interlocking the hands at the back. Inhale, opening your chest, and exhale, folding forward. Trying to bring your hands back. Breathing long, deep breaths. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, coming up all the way. Slowly coming up. And then you're going to bring this time your right leg to point forward. The left leg is pointing sideways. Your hips are open, so your hips are pointing towards the long side of the mat. Bringing your hands up, reaching out towards the right leg. Again, you can place the hand above the right knee on the thigh or below the right knee on the shin. All the while keeping your chest open, hip open. And then bringing the left hand up towards the ceiling. You can either gaze at the left hand or you can gaze straight in front, whatever feels more comfortable to you. We'll breathe here for 5 breaths, keeping both legs engaged for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If it's possible here, you're going to lift the right hand off the leg, or you can just stay down, whichever feels better. And staying here for 3, 2, and 1. Bending the right leg, placing your right forearm on the right thigh. You can either just stay here, bringing the left hand up, stretching that side of the body. Or if you're comfortable here, you can bring your right hand outside the right foot on the mat. Left hand up, gazing to your left thumb for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Placing the right hand down on the other side of the right foot and bringing the right leg back. Placing your knees down, chin down, chest down. And inhale, coming up into a small cobra. We'll breathe here for 3 breaths, keeping your elbows close to your ribs. The pelvis is on the mat. Breathing here for 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, pushing back into downward facing dog. 3 breaths here for 3, 2, and 1. On the next inhale, bringing your left foot in between the hands, coming into a lunge, a low lunge. So you're dropping your right knee down. Again, if you have sensitive knees, you can place a towel or a cushion underneath the right knee. Coming up tall, so bringing the hands up tall, you can interlock the fingers. And from here, you're going to start to roll onto your left. So you're going to bring your hands to the left side. Throughout that process, try to keep your hips stable. So bringing the hands to the left, keeping the chest open for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhaling to center. Exhale to the right this time, just for 1 breath. Inhale and exhale, coming back to center. Placing the hands down on either side of the left foot. You're just going to change, bringing your left foot outside to the outer edge of the mat. And from here, we're going to just drop our either onto, we can stay here with both palms on the mat, or we can slightly start to bend the hands. And if possible, bringing our forearms down. You're allowing your left foot to roll out to the outer edge of the left foot, letting the knee fall out to the side. Breathing here for 5 breaths, long deep breaths for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back onto your palms, bringing the left leg back. Exhale, knees, chest, chin to the mat. Inhaling up into cobra, ribs to the elbows. Exhale, going into downward facing dog. 3 breaths here, pushing the heels down for 3, 2, and 1. On the next inhale, bringing the right leg forward in between the hands, placing the left knee down, coming into a high lunge on the other side. From here, if possible, bringing the hands up. Once again, if you feel sensitive underneath your left knee, you can place a cushion or a folded towel underneath to support it. Bringing your hands up, interlocking your hands, and exhale, allowing your hands to go over to the right side, keeping the hip stable. Breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly coming back to center. From here, you're going to place both hands on the inside of the right foot, bringing the right foot out to the edge of your mat. You can either stay upright here, or you can start to bend the hands slowly, and if possible, coming all the way down onto your forearms, allowing your right leg to rotate so that you're on the outer edge of the right foot, letting your right knee fall over to the side. Long deep breaths here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pushing back up with the hands. And on the next exhale, bringing the right leg back. Going into a downward facing dog straight away. 2 breaths here. For 2. And 1. On the next inhale, bringing the left knee in between the hands. Coming into a pigeon position. Bringing the right leg back. And just very quickly exhaling, folding forward. If it's possible, you can either stay on your forearms, or if you can go all the way down, resting your forehead at the back of the hands. Just here for 3 breaths. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, coming back up to center, and for 3 breaths you're going to go into a slight back bend. Gazing back if possible. If it hurts your spine, you can just stay upright. No need to go into a back bend. Breathing here for 3, 2, and 1. Exhaling back into downward facing dog. 2 breaths here in downward facing dog. For 1 and 2. On the next inhale, bringing the right leg, right knee in between the hands, placing the left knee down. Once again, we can come down all the way, coming either onto our forearms, or if it's comfortable, we can bring our forehead down to the back of the hands. Breathing just 3 breaths here. For 1, 2, and 3. On the next inhale, coming back up, coming onto the tips of your fingers and going into a slight back bend. Again, if this hurts your back, you don't need to go all the way, just staying tall and upright. For 3 breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing, placing your palms down, pushing back into a downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. For 1 and 2. From here, you're going to walk your right leg forward so that it's next to the hands, and then the left leg forward and sitting back all the way. We're going to straighten the right leg, keeping the left leg bent. So the right leg is straight, bending the left leg, bringing your left heel to the right thigh. From here, for 5 breaths, we're going to inhale, bring the hands up, and exhale, fold forward as much as possible. If we can grab the foot, great. If you can just grab the shin or the thigh, that's also good. So you're just going to stay here for a few breaths. You can also have your right knee micro bent if that helps you. Trying to keep your back straight as much as you can. Try not to slouch too much. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, you're just going to keep your right hand where it is, and your left hand, you're going to move over to the side. So here we're going to open the chest up, opening the chest, opening the chest. Keep pushing your left butt down onto the mat, opening the chest. Even if your right hand is on the shin, no problem, just keep opening the chest. And from here, we're going to bring your left hand up into the air, straightening. Keep opening the chest. Doesn't matter how low you go. We don't want to go low down like this. We want to keep the chest open as we go. You can gaze up at the ceiling or straight in front, whatever feels comfortable. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, coming to center, releasing the right hand, turning to the side of your mat. Here we'll take a butterfly pose, Baddha Konasana, interlocking your fingers outside of your feet and letting your feet flap for a few times. Keeping your back straight. And then hooking your thumbs on the inside of the feet, and if possible trying to open the feet like books. You can also scoop up your butt cheek so that you are more straight. And then opening the feet like a book, trying to bring the knees down all the way. Opening the chest. You can keep flapping here if you need to. Last 3 breaths. And slowly bringing the knees back together. And we're going to repeat the first posture on the other side. So bringing your left leg straight out in front of you, bending your right leg, bringing your right foot to the left thigh. From here, inhale, reaching up with the hands, and exhale, folding forward. Again, if you can grab the foot, great, but it doesn't have to be. You can even hold on to the shin or your thigh. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. If there's too much tension in the hamstring, you can also bend the left foot, no problem. Trying to keep your back straight. Breathing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, releasing your right hand, the left hand stays where it is. Opening the chest first. So even if you're just grabbing the shin, just opening the chest from here, trying to bring the right shoulder back. And then if possible, bringing the right hand over. Straightening the right hand. Keep opening the chest. Keep pushing the right butt down towards the mat. Breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, coming back to center. From here, we're going to release the legs and lay down all the way onto our backs. Lying down on your back. Bending the knees, bringing the knees close to the hips. From here, you can either interlock your fingers at the back, lifting the butt up, trying to bring the shoulder blades together. Or depending on if you have long hands like me, you can grab also your ankles and inhale, lifting up. Try to make sure that the knees are not going out too wide. Your knees are in line with the hips. Breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing all the way down. From here, you're going to bend the knees, hugging the knees into the chest. If possible, you can just keep interlocking your fingers. Otherwise, you can grab onto the opposite elbows. And from here, we're going to bring our right leg to cross over and around the left. So the right crosses around the left leg. And then you're allowing the legs to fall over. So now the legs fall over onto the right side. Allowing the legs to fall over to the right. Placing your right palm on the left thigh, and then you're going to try and bring your left elbow, left shoulder all the way down to the ground on the other side, and you're gazing over to the left side. Breathing for 5, 4, 3. Long deep breaths as you twist. 2. And 1. We're going to stay another 5 breaths. You can just stay in the same position. If it's too much for you, you can come out slightly by uncrossing the legs and just having the legs stacked one upon each other as you twist. And slowly coming back to center. This time bringing your right leg around the left and slowly beginning to allow yourself to fall over to the left side. Placing the left hand on the outside of the right thigh. Bringing your right shoulder on the mat on the other side. Gazing towards your right palm. Long deep breaths here. Again, if this is too much, you can just stack your right knee over the left knee as you twist to the left. And slowly making your way back up to center, releasing the legs, and then you can turn over to your right side and coming up to seated. Thank you so much for taking the time out for yourself today and coming onto the mat to practice, to open up the body, to feel better. I would really suggest after you finish a yoga practice like this to do a meditation or pranayam to really immerse the practice deeper into your body. Thank you so much for practicing. Namaste.